What's cool? What's cool?
What's up, man?
What's up? How's
Hey, bro.
Noah? How's Noah?
Bro, you don't fucking know me, man. Shut up.
How's Noah?
Man, you're not a man, bro. Only man, you were on welfare, man. Single moms are on welfare. You're not a man, bro.
If you were listening right now, who said that? Who said that? If you can get it,
Well, obviously the
if you get it
fucking
right,
goat.
you know MMA, the goat of
Hey,
the game.
hold up, Sean. Can you just speak about what we're gonna do for a while? I just need to do something real quick. Just talk about what we're gonna be doing in this episode.
All right, guys. So today, pretty much, we are going to be talking through our dream card. All these fights we talk about, there's going to be 12 fights. And we're talking about these fights theoretically speaking. So if the fighters were in their prime or if they were in a certain physical status, that's kind of the main thing we're going to be doing. That's the only thing we're doing today. So this episode could very easily be a 40 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour. So we'll kind of see. But
Usually we strive for hour-long episodes. That's kind of like our goal, so like benchmark, I guess. But
yeah,
you
we'll
know,
see. We could go. We go.
we just go with the flow.
This could be 30 minutes. This could be an hour. We'll just see how long this is feeling
Yeah.
today. But yeah,
But throughout,
let's just talk
go.
about where this card is gonna be. Where is this
Okay.
taking place? This is taking place in the Sandyford facility. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Of course, the greatest ever area, the TBO
What date?
arena.
What date? June 15th.
Perfect.
So this is basically the dream MMA card. It's not just UFC fighters, it's everyone. And as you will be able to see when I Photoshop, when I edit the picture, I'm gonna put like a main kind of UFC-esque picture with all the cards in it, and every time we talk about the new thing, I'm gonna have to start benchmarking actually. Every time we mention a new person, it's going to kind of unlock on the actual infographic. I'm muffling.
Yeah, you muffled because you went away from your mic.
Oh no, that the guys could hear me, but just so you could hear, Sean, every time I mention someone's name or the next fight, it's going to unlock on the screen, and you'll be able to see who it is. So it's going to be 6 prelims. We don't do early prelims here. We do 6 prelims and 6 main card fights, and we have a definitive main event that I think everyone would love to see. We have all these are in order, and let's just start, I guess. Sean, do you want to start off with our first fight of the night?
This is a fight that I want to see so badly, just because you gotta start off the card with a fan favorite. Mark Hunt
Yeah.
versus Roy Nelson 2. Both of these guys in their prime. Mark Hunt in his prime was a dangerous Kiwi, honestly. He would kill this guy.
These fucking guys are heavy handers. Obviously, they don't have the physiques of bodybuilders, you know? They don't look so aesthetically pleasing. However, they pack fucking power in those hands, man. Straight up, they're fucking ballers when it comes to that shit.
I don't know a lot about Roy Nelson. What I do know about Mark Hunt is back in Pride days, he was killing people. He is well known for in his prime. He has literally, some people say the word chin was invented from this guy. You could hit this guy with a Piotr Jan knee on the ground, and he wouldn't even move. He would just look at you. Yeah, he would laugh. He
won't move.
This guy was the kind of guy that you would have him flattened out on the ground with a rear naked sunk in him, and he would just roll over and stand up.
He'd do the Derek Lewis, man. He was Derek Lewis before Derek Lewis. This guy was a fucking baller. And it's a fan favorite, as you said. We have to start off the card with 2 fighters, 2 entertaining fighters that just the crowd will enjoy. Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna be rooting. You're gonna be rooting for an absolute brawl. That's what you're gonna be rooting for, man. You don't care about who wins or loses. This is for the fucking just hands. are gonna be thrown in this fight, man. That's all I have to say
This
about
would
that
be
shit, bro.
one of the only three round fights on the card, purely because these guys can only do 3 rounds max. And
When both of them gas out, we end the fight. That's how it goes.
which is fair enough though. And the thing is, okay, I'll be honest, with a fight like this, both of them in their prime, I think Mark Hunt would get it done because the way, similar to the first time they fought, Mark Hunt won by KO, but it was entertaining, you know? And I think
Mm.
if Roy Nelson's in his prime as well, it would go that little bit longer, but I just think that Mark Hunt would just ultimately stop
You're
this
not
guy.
you're not getting Mark Hunt down when he was in his prime, man.
No.
It's just how it goes, man.
And this would
Um,
be just the greatest fight. This would be one of my favorite fights to see again. I want to see Mark Hunt fight again, but probably won't ever see that happen.
it'd be a man. When when you have a banger like this on the card, you're up for a fucking stunner, bro. And that's what I talk about with the second fight. Man, listen. Sometimes you have to switch it up. Sometimes you have to bend the rules a little bit. You know what I mean? The same way the UFC made the BMF title. There was absolutely zero need for it. You know what I mean? There was no need to do that. But the UFC did it anyway. So we're going to bend the rules a little bit. Sean, we have Dylan Dennis versus Frank Mir. Now, guys, I know what you're saying.
Open weight.
It's going to be open weight. What? The weight difference? Not open weight, man. We do it differently. Because Dylan Dennis isn't afraid of nobody. Two in their prime. But get this. Everything is allowed. Pure, like MMA rules, yeah? But the only way you're allowed to finish the fight is by a toe hold. You don't do anything else. Toe hold or nothing. If Dylan knocks out Frank Mir or Frank Mir starts ground and pounding Dylan, the ref doesn't care, man. You could keep going as long there's no decisions. It's gonna be old UFC style where it's just a continuous round. First one to get the toe hold wins. It's basically combat jiu-jitsu, except
With
fucking
knees.
baller, bro.
Knees on the. By the way, with the whole rules of this card, MMA rules apply,
Yeah.
but no disqualifications in this fight. That's all I'm going to say. The only way to do it is via toe hold.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a really weird one to see because, like, Frank
They both
Mir,
go Imanari roll.
Frank Mir is the definition of having a horseshoe up your ass, and Dylan Dennis is like probably one of the goats of jiu-jitsu. So, like,
Dylan Dennis
it's
won one
weird.
fight in Bellator via fucking toe hold and brought 2 belts into the next press conference of his fight. That's just the type of guy that he is, man. This guy's a baller.
You champ.
Yes, sir.
Champ shit only with Dylan Dennis.
But Sean, actually, I didn't actually say anything about the Mark Hunt thing. Yeah, I think oh no, I did. Mark Hunt gets it done. Who do you think gets it done in this fight, Sean? Dylan versus Frank Mir.
I'm gonna say Frank Mir. Purely because it's MMA rules, so I think Frank will go in there,
Excuse me.
absolutely starch Dylan, and then once he's unconscious, just start toe holding.
But remember, if you're unconscious, you can't tap.
Yeah, but he'll wake up mid toe hold.
To be fair,
So,
I think maybe someone will get hurt. I don't know, but I think Frank Mir might Imanari roll this guy. Same finish as the Brock Lesnar fight, basically. Frank Mir's gonna go off, Imanari roll, the cleanest, smoothest Imanari roll. Might as well be an animation. Get Dylan on the floor and just get that perfect toe hold, perfect pressure. Dylan's gonna tap, and he's gonna start crying. And now what's gonna happen? Khabib jumps into the cage and starts beating this guy up with his whole Russian
but
posse,
that's
man.
Islam. Islam would jump in and punch you in the back of the head. Imagine back of the head punches were allowed in UFC.
everybody would actually have CTE. Careers would last like 3 years.
I remember that one time I got punched in the back of the head in front of you, and I didn't. I'm not sure if I did, but I was fully about to do the chicken dance because that shit just hurts, man. You lose everything. You can't walk.
It's scummy, man. It's scummy.
But we'll go to the next fight. This is a weird one.
Let's go, man.
This is just a weird one, to be honest. It's just weird. This is Milan's pick, by the way. Uh, Francis, the child predator Ngannou versus Dillian White.
Man, I'll explain myself here, yeah. And Francis Ngannou, yeah, the champ of the UFC right now, heavyweight champ. The guy's power is on a whole new level, yeah. This guy's always talking about how he wants to go into boxing. Well, guess what boxer was also an MMA fighter back then? That's right, Dillian White. Although I did think about it 2 seconds after I came up with it, that Dillian would just get uppercutted, and that's my pick. Ngannou would fucking kill him with an uppercut. It would be interesting to see Dillian White, you know, go back, put those MMA shorts back on. Obviously, everyone here is in their prime. And I think Dillian White just gonna open his guard up too much. Get fucking knocked, especially with those 4-ounce gloves, man. You don't, the power on those is different compared to boxing gloves, man. And
Francis hits harder
maybe
than
would throw
any
one
fighter
leg
in the
kick.
world.
Ngannou would like laugh and then uppercut him, and he'd knock him out. What do you think, man?
Ngannou hits harder than any fighter,
What?
and than any fighter of current day. And he hits harder than Dillian White 10 out of 10 times. He hits harder than Deontay Wilder, I think. Like, this guy would lay out
He
Dillian
hits
White.
harder than fucking everyone, man.
He would lay out
Hold up,
Dillian White, I think. Milan has just... oh, he's here. But
I
think he would lay out fucking Dillian White. Like, I just don't think it's the most interesting fight in the world, but it was one you
should we
wanted
do
on the
finish
thing.
only, knockout only?
Yeah, it's something like... No, the thing is, actually, I think Dillian White is good enough to, like, not get knocked out, if that makes sense, but he's the kind of guy that if you have to knock out, that he would get knocked out. He would put it all on the line and get finished. You know?
Yeah.
But the next fight is is a weird one. Now this is a fighter who I picked versus a fighter that Milan picked. Now my fighter who I am going to be walking out with and cornering for this fight, and I'm going to be in the anabolic lab with Uberim. Alistair Uberim. The juiciest juice boy in Juiceville.
Now, you could say
No.
he was the juiciest, man. No way, man. Sorry, brother. I'm talking here. Okay? You're gonna walk out there, yeah? With Ubrim. I'm gonna walk out there with the juiciest Russian of all time. The man whose nickname is The Experiment. The man who's only lost 2 fucking fights in his wrestling career, is undefeated 1-0 in professional MMA. The fucking big baller, Alexander Karelin. He is a fucking beast. And I think he just out-wrestled. It doesn't matter. He'd take the punches on his chin like nothing. He would wrestle Uberim, and he would fucking kill him, to be quite honest with you.
This fight, ladies and gentlemen, is to the death. And after, it's just... This fucking fight would be ridiculous. Like... This is really the test. This is really a chemist fight. Whichever chemist can make the greatest drugs. Because,
exactly.
like, man, this CTE does not exist in this fight. You know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, yeah, you know the way the UFC kind of has those like pre-UFC shows. It's like on YouTube. It's like behind the fighter or something, behind the, like the scenes. I forgot what it's called. We basically do that, but it's held in labs. That's it. And it's fucking Karelin and Uberim in
They're
like
in
fucking,
tanks. In
they're
tanks.
in tanks in like some fucking slime, just getting injected. And basically, first one to die loses, obviously. And
How else would you do that fight?
no other way, man. I think Karelin fucking kills this guy, man. I think that Karelin kills this guy. Karelin's
I
neck.
don't think so because he doesn't because Uberim's got something that he doesn't. He's got the striking, and you can try and grapple this guy all you want, but Uberim is built different. He's just built a little bit different than the rest of us.
Sean, you're forgetting, man. You're forgetting
He's
that
just gonna knock
Alexander
him out.
Karelin, man. Alexander Karelin is fucking Russian, so he'd have his posse with snipers up on the roof, ready to blow Uberim's head off if he even gets
It
close to
wouldn't work.
touching his
It
chin.
wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. You would shoot. He's got so much. This guy is being injected with fucking bull shark testosterone. Like when you shoot his skull, it's gonna bounce off him. Like it's just not gonna. It's not gonna work. His bones are made of something different. It just doesn't make sense. He's gonna. What's gonna happen again? Is he's gonna jump up, flying knee this guy, this Karelin
Mhm.
guy, and then when he's on the floor, a bit dazed, he's gonna punch you in the chest, and he's gonna do the ultimate follow through punch, go through, pull out his heart, and eat it in the middle of the ring.
So Sean, you're telling me the fourth fight, yeah, the fourth fight is gonna be the first ever death punch recorded, yeah?
It's the first ever death. Oh man, I just realized we missed out on one fighter for this Dream pay-per-view. A big shout out to Jeremy Stevens.
Shout out to Jeremy Stevens, you know. Shout out to Jeremy Stevens, man.
Jeremy Stevens would be on the broadcast crew for this.
Facts. Maybe he'd, you know what? Special stipulations. Winner of Karelin Uberim fights Jeremy Stevens.
Juiced Jeremy Stevens.
What do you think, man?
JJ Stevens. Juiced Jeremy Stevens.
Wait, but Sean, why are you talking about Jeremy Stevens?
Bro, don't go into this.
Tell me the reason, please. I'd like the audience to hear this.
He's the greatest fighter of all time.
Mm. And what happens when he hits people?
They don't fucking move.
Exactly. Jeremy Stevens is a one of a kind, man. This guy loses fights in the fucking press conference when he's not even fighting that person. That's how overpowered he is, man.
He would fight Uberim or Karelin at 145. He would weigh in at 145 and then fight these 200 plus pounders.
He'd do a cut. Them. He'd cut down. In order to fight these guys, he'd go natty, man. He'd go natty against fucking... Because I already know Karelin's winning this. He'd go against fucking steroided up Karelin. I think that'd be an interesting fight to see, Sean.
You know, Jeremy Stevens could fight anyone on this card and walk out victorious. At the end of the day, the fans are the real winners.
That's fucking facts, bro.
Because a lot of fighters here are going to be with the chemists before they fight. And a person who will be with the chemist behind closed doors, Mirko Krokop, when he takes on Stipe Miocic. The battle of the Croatians.
Such a fucking banging card.
The Croatian battle.
They're both gonna have the same fucking shorts, and they're gonna base it. Man, I don't care. There's a reason why I put Krokop on my goats list, yeah? By the way, guys, if you check that out, hope you guys enjoyed that extra episode. Came out nicely, obviously, because I fucking edited it. But yes, it came out nice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Unfortunately, though, this is the last extra episode that we're gonna have
for a while.
Yeah. Because we're gonna be doing other shit. But don't worry, guys. We're still gonna be putting up one pumping out one podcast every week. So there's something there to look forward to. And we do have some exceptional news regarding the podcast, but you know what? You're going to have to wait. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing else. Nothing else. But
Yeah, it'll be
essentially,
before the Jake Paul fight as well. Just
it's
yeah.
that's all I have to say. Man, nothing else. Nothing else. We'll leave them waiting. But Crow Cop, I'm going to say, Crow Cop would hit him with his leg, his left kick, and kill Stipe.
Stipe looks so human. That's what I hate about him. He looks so human. The way he got knocked out by DC and Ngannou. He just looks too
Yeah.
beatable, even in his prime, compared to Mirko Crow Cop. This guy would.
Biggest steroid user of all time.
This guy's gonna kick you in the head, and you're gonna just die. He would soccer kick him. He would
Are we
take him
applying Pride
down.
rules? Because you used to fight at Pride.
MMA rules, so no soccer kicks, but not in this,
Okay.
not in most of the fights. But for me, Crow Cop would definitely walk away with a head kick KO. That
I
left,
agree.
that left high kick. The next fight though, oh,
Oi, oi, oi.
an invention of my own, and this one will be coming from the lab as well, clearly. Yo,
Okay,
Romero,
okay. Well,
you, me, and you versus the bad guy, Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen, Yoel Romero. Oh my god. What a fight that would be. What a fight. You think Yoel
well,
can knock out
man.
Chael Sonnen juiced?
First of all,
Possibly.
Chael Sonnen, obviously, the GOAT, main eventing the prelims. It's just what he does, man. He main events the prelims. It's what he does. And again, man, we have Prime Chael on whatever he's using versus Yoel. Yoel doesn't. Do you know what Yoel's drug is? Being fucking
Dancing.
Cuban. That's
It's
his drug.
dancing. No, it's dancing. Dancing.
His drug
Salsa
is being
dancing.
Cuban. That's why he has fucking 12-inch traps that saved him from breaking his neck. This guy's a fucking beast. I'd love to see Yoel versus Chael. Oh my god, that'd be such a fun fight to see. Obviously, we know who's going out of this. Chael Sonnen is going to win every round and either win via stoppage, finish or submission, or he gets starched. But he doesn't get starched because he's undefeated. He beats Yoel Romero. And then do you know who he calls out, Sean?
Khamzat Chimaev.
Hamza
The Wolf.
This sets up the bad guy versus the wolf. Chael versus Hamza. I love that fight. I love that fight. Who do you have on this one though? Chael versus Yoel.
I'm gonna go for the prime now. This is actually. But you see, it's weird because prime Yoel Romero. It depends what prime Yoel Romero, because before he had to get his neck turned into like, I don't know how to describe it. He like screwed it all together. Like
Mm.
he wouldn't have had next level striking the way he does now. He would have just been
Mm.
a wrestler. But if you make him hit the way he has his stand up now, he's not a next level wrestler. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He still has his wrestling, but he's not next level. So imagine you could have a version of Yoel without the neck problems, the striking ability and the wrestling. That is a dangerous fighter because he can jump through the air the way he can. Oh, he's so athletic. Man, that's the fighter that's going in there against Chael Sonnen. But the thing is, the bad guy does not
Yeah,
mess
it's fine.
around. Does not mess around.
Yeah.
He doesn't mess around. When he's on all these anabolic steroids, allegedly, you can't mess with him. There's no one in his league, not even
Exactly, man.
not even juiced Yoel Romero. So I'm gonna say the bad guy takes this one.
Exactly. There's no debate about this, man. There's no debate at all. Well,
That's the problem.
this is our prelims, as you can see on the infographic that I see now, that I have out now. Beautiful fucking infographic. Yeah, I know.
Imagine editing. Imagine
The
having
prelims
someone
are
can
from
edit
6
this good,
fights.
man. Look at these editing skills. Who could edit this? Who edits like this? Other than the
Hey,
GOAT editor, man. Who can do this? Look at this editing.
I don't know, man, but this guy is disgusting. But the prelims are finished.
You know what else is disgusting, Milan?
Into the main card, Sean.
This
These
is the
are
next.
big names
We were
only.
saying.
These are fights that everyone wants to see. What's up?
I was saying, what else is disgusting? Other than juiced John Jones versus juiced DC.
What is disgusting?
John Jones versus DC. Both of them juiced to the max. DC taking steroids for the first time.
Juiced DC versus Juice Jones 3. Bro, I genuinely don't know who wins there.
Because
DC was too much of a nice guy to fucking touch that substance. No, go ahead.
But the thing is with DC is he fought Juice John Jones before, pretty much 2 times. And the problem with that is that he obviously didn't win, but he did do bits, in both those fights. So imagine DC's on the juice now. I think that DC wins. Because he just imposes will
when he was in his
and kill
prime.
him. Exactly.
It would be disgusting. The wrestling would be on point. Striking would be on point. I got juicy DC in this, man. As juicy as the Popeye's chicken, man. Juice DC. Got this easy, man.
After this fight, John Jones is going to cry in the middle of the octagon.
He's going to cry and he's going to get popped. He's going to get suspended from our organization.
Yep. TBO.
And
shut up, man.
Everyone else is just chilled.
The first ever MMA card in TBO history.
And we invented a time machine just for this card, man. We have gone all the best, the greatest scientists in the world, all the pharmacists, to make these drugs, to put on the greatest show of all time. And I think everyone will enjoy it. In the Sandyford facility as well. Bro, it's over, man.
The elevator would be turned off for this one as well. So no one would come in.
Oh, for sure. For sure, man.
DC, you just know, would be able to impose his will and hold John Jones up against that wall.
Man, the windows will be shattering because of how much trend is present.
No, but the windows would already be shattered after the Uberine fight.
Yeah, that's very true.
They probably would have been, I'd say Roy Nelson would probably have slipped a punch and Mark Hunt would probably have punched through the glass, sorry. That's the problem. The cleanup crew better be on point.
Our cleanup crew is better than your cleanup crew. That's all I have to say, man. That's all I have to say. But hey, listen. The eighth fight of this card, second fight in the main event, is one that, to be honest, we've already seen. However, it's not the one that we all wanted. It's Izzy versus Prime Anderson Silva 2.
But Milan, you're gonna be seeing Prime Izzy. This is Izzy with Gyno. Like, Izzy on the juice. The juiced Izzy. The man with reflexes like no other. But this is Anderson Silva with reflexes.
Juicy Silva.
Man. What's gonna happen is this fight.
Disgusting.
Man, I'll tell you, I'm gonna read out to you the stats for this fight again.
Go for it.
1,400 strikes thrown apiece. 0 landed. The reaction time is too good. from both of them. Not a single strike will be landed, and it'll just look like a cartoon because the strikes will be coming so close. It'll be like literally like a hair's like that's how thin it's gonna be between getting hit and not being hit with every punch, and they're gonna be throwing spinning kicks. It's gonna go to a decision, and ultimately, it's gonna be a draw.
Is gonna be the first draw. I have to agree with you there, man. It'd be when you mess around. Listen, if this was just Izzy now, okay, fine, because Jan Blachowicz showed that Izzy is nothing. Excuse me, compared to Gyno Izzy. Gyno with C cup tits draws Silva, man. That that fight is just something else, man. I think it'd be the first draw as well, Shad. I have to agree with you there.
The only draw of the card, I personally think.
Yeah, facts.
Well, there's maybe one other draw. I think
No,
possibly, but
no, no, no,
yes, I think possibly.
no, 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 no. Well, obviously it's possible, but it's not going to happen. So, yeah. Next
Next
fight.
fight is okay. The GOAT of MMA versus Fedor Emelianenko, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman in his corner.
Bro,
Abdul
this fight
Manat with Fedor.
this
It's the
fight
gist.
is disgusting, man. And realistically, it's just like the Mark Hunt fight. Everyone knows who's gonna win. Fedor is gonna win. Either it goes as soon as it gets past those 30 seconds, juicy juice boy Brock Lesnar is out of breath. It's over, man. Because unfortunately, unlike the WWE, these aren't choreographed moves. You actually have to expend energy here. And Fedor Emelianenko is the fucking disgusting. Wait, are we having some technical difficulties here?
No, I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good.
okay, because I thought my Discord fucked. But anyway, excuse me for that, boys. Fedor Emelianenko, prime juicy juice boy. Fedor, prime pride juicy juice boy. Fedor Emelianenko. Brother, he'd slip all of Brock's fucking fury punches in 20 seconds, take him down, and land the one. He's gonna land that Sugar Sean strike and KO Brock and finish the fight. Fedor wins this one. This is America versus Russia right here. And Fedor gets it done. Fedor
Communism
brings
versus
it.
capitalism.
This is the end of the Cold War right here. This is the end.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter. That's the thing because, I think you're right that Fedor would win, but I don't think it would be as easy as you're putting it out to be. Because I think that it would be a very long, grueling round one. I don't think it would be Brock juicing out, sorry, not juicing, gassing out. He wouldn't run out of juice. Don't get that wrong. He would have so much
Yeah,
juice in
we
him.
we we have so much juice. It's not even funny.
We would be injecting him in between rounds, okay? But eventually he would gas, which Fedor wouldn't, as fast as Brock anyway. And he would,
As we
Fedor
know,
would just ruin him
The Russians made it to space first, and why is that, Sean? Because
because
Russia
they're
had the
evil.
fuel, Russia had the gas for their spaceships, and they're gonna inject that same fuel into fucking Fedor, and he's not gonna gas out for a while, man. Until he orbits the Earth 17 times, he's not gonna gas out, man. And I think Fedor gets it done easily. And do you know what happens afterwards, Sean? Paul Heyman calls out Fedor for the main event at WrestleMania. And then that's a whole different story. I don't want
Fedor
to talk about that.
Emelianenko. But he wouldn't be fighting Paul Heyman. He'd be fighting Paul Heyman's client, The Undertaker.
Bro,
His newest
what?
client, The Undertaker. And he would be holding the urn, taking the place of Paul Bearer.
Prime Undertaker. Bro,
Prime Undertaker
Prime
versus
Undertaker.
Fedor. Versus Fedor. At WrestleMania as well. Undefeated
Oh,
Prime
no,
Undertaker.
stop.
Nah, see, that's the
I
thing.
don't,
You don't care. I don't care who you think you are, Milan. But there's no way Fedor's walking away with a W there.
Sean, everyone in this card combined could fight, yeah, on a handicap match against prime WrestleMania Undertaker, bro. It doesn't even last 10 minutes. It doesn't even last 5 minutes. Undertaker
Oof.
walks out with a dub. That's all I have to say. This is disgusting, man. Prime WrestleMania Undertaker is the one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. Now I don't care if you say wrestling is fake, yeah.
It's clearly
But
not, first of all.
Khabib, I'd like to see you be undefeated for 18 years, okay? And only succumb to the
You
biggest
know what though,
bullshit
Milan?
loss of your
You know
life.
what? You know what?
Yeah, what's up? What's
To
up?
be fair to Khabib, Undertaker was only undefeated at WrestleMania. Khabib is undefeated at every event.
Well, Sean, Khabib
Khabib would
has actually
probably
lost.
he would never lose at SummerSlam, like the Undertaker did.
Well, see, Sean, Khabib actually lost in the Sambo World Championship final one time. So, and he sat down and started crying because he lost. What did
He did a
the
DC
Undertaker
on
do?
it.
He went back to fucking being undefeated, and he ended his career in WrestleMania against AJ Styles, I believe. He did it. He did a DC, man, and he fucking went out under prime WrestleMania. Undertaker is one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. I don't care if you say wrestling's fake. It's not. You're fucking delusional.
You clearly don't watch. Look
Bro,
at the hits these guys are
it's
taking.
ridiculous. I think, oh man, do you know who I think is one of the great, probably second? Sean, prime juicy juice boy, Hulk Hogan, when he wrestled Andre the Giant, picked him up and slammed him on the
Bruh.
floor.
But you're forgetting the Ultimate Warrior, juiced up. Juiced up Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, fuck, man. We're gonna have to do a whole wrestling card after this,
We're
man.
gonna have to do a wrestling tier list after this, man. Fuck's sake. Coming
We
to a
might.
coming to a YouTube channel near you guys in the very late future.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or maybe
the
soon. Maybe soon. We'll
the
see. We'll see.
WWE tier list.
Hey, listen, man. It has to be done. It has to be done. But back to what we were fucking saying, yeah? Back to what we were saying. Fedor versus Brock. We already know how that's gonna go down, yeah? Fedor wins.
Fedor. Next
Yeah.
fight, possibly the next draw, which is what I was thinking.
Nah, you're
Usman versus
delusional.
GSP.
Nah, bro.
Kamaru, fake newsman, Usman versus
Listen.
George Saint Prick. Man,
Well,
there's only one winner in this fight, and that's Colby Covington. I'm just saying.
Colby Covington is fucking being dodged by everyone, man.
Everyone's
Everyone wants to
dodging
fight
Colby
this guy.
Covington, even Donald Trump.
Donald Trump knows what's going on, man. He
I will
even
say
left
though,
every single
yeah,
social media platform just to not even have any contact with him.
it's true.
That's what's up. But
Um,
Sean, really,
not
you said this is
honorary.
potentially a draw. Well, nah. Fuck. Actually, nah. Do you know what? There's one piece of evidence, Sean. I think that both these guys don't compare to the one fighter,
Who?
the Fresh Prince of Kendall. I think I was gonna say this fight was going to be for the welterweight GOAT status. However, the Fresh Prince already took that crown many, many years
But you're
ago.
forgetting someone else though.
Who?
But the one of the only men to ever beat GSP. I think he's the only man. No, he's not. He's one of two, I believe.
Hmm.
Matt Serra.
Matt Serra holds no chance against the
The Fresh
Fresh
Prince.
Prince of Kendall.
Matt Serra possesses one thing and one thing only, and that is knockout power.
Hey, listen, man. Usman versus GSP would be the biggest sleeper on this card because many
Ooh,
people would just want to see Khabib versus GSP. However,
it's true.
realistically, prime GSP gets it done, I think.
Uh, it's actually a weird one because there's something we could talk about. We've been kind of like just dropping like jokes about the whole card.
I don't fucking know. That's realistically the hardest fight for me to like. Because even the coaches for Prime, oh bro, the coaches for fucking Prime GSP were unreal, man.
The thing about GSP though as well is like what's interesting is he was
Oh
a
my
fight
god.
he fought pre-USADA. Do you know what I mean? Like now I'm not saying his physique could completely shrunk or anything, because it didn't, but he could have been on a little something for recovery, maybe a little bit of EPO something he could have been on.
Perhaps. But
He could have
everyone
been
is,
on
so
something,
it's
but
not
like
that bad.
everyone was then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So um I think because as GSP has said, you would expect over time that the athletes only get better. So I think Usman could walk away with this, but I think GSP is just so goated that he goes in there and he
Sean,
out wrestles, out strikes, out talks, out haircuts Kamaru Usman.
Sean, all I have to say, man, listen to these fucking names, man. Faraz Zahabi, Freddie Roach, and John Danaher, bro. Oh Lord, Renzo Gracie. Oh Lord, have mercy, man. When you have, see, the thing is, what I'm reading here, Sean. Faraz Zahabi, yeah, became his coach, his main coach after his loss to Matt Serra. So we weren't even seeing prime GSP when he was fighting Matt Serra.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. With a team like that, prime GSP, I'd have to give the edge to GSP. I won't lie. I'd have to give the edge to GSP.
Especially especially if he had today's like recovery methods, training methods, all that shit.
Mm,
Because he would
mm,
have been such a more economical trainer. Like
mm.
it would have been such more, it would have just, it would be very interesting. But we're not talking about we're not, what we're talking about is if you were to pick him up in his prime and put him in the octagon
Look him
with,
out.
it's not a thing to do about if he had the training methods of today. So I
Yeah.
think, that's what I just think Kamaru Usman could possibly be able
Oh,
to get this done. But I actually, I struggle to predict this one, but I would say
I'd
Kamaru
have to give
Usman
the
just
edge to GSP.
because I would just say Kamaru Usman purely because like
Well, I'd have to say
just
you're wrong.
because he gets better
Sorry.
over they
Well,
get better over time. I just think they get better over time. So I think that
well,
he would have
Sean,
a more natural, a better gas tank.
Well, Sean, you could say that, but I don't think we have seen a better boxer than prime Mike Tyson yet. So that's all I have to say, man. That's all I have to say about that. But
What?
this fight, this fight basically sets. This fight is for the second greatest welterweight of all time, because we already have number one. No, number one ain't going nowhere, man. Number one ain't going
Who's
nowhere,
number
man.
one? Who's number one?
The Fresh Prince of Kendall, man.
You're saying that when Nick Diaz is a person.
Nick Diaz is fucking number three
Who's
because
number
he
two?
is the winner of GSP versus Usman.
So Kamaru Usman.
No, GSP.
Ooh. Down in the comments below. Who's gonna win this fight, boys?
Will this be our first comment? Who fucking knows, man? We haven't had a comment yet. Ah, listen, actually, yo, I forgot, man. 4 subscribers, baby. We hit this. Wait, when do we hit this? I
Like
sent
last
this on the
week.
31st of March. I think we hit it on the 30th, I think, or like the 27th. We hit 4 subscribers, baby. Man,
Alhamdulillah. Let's go.
Alhamdulillah. 40 views and 4 subscribers. Who else is doing it like us, man? Who else is doing it like us? We are 3 months in. We are averaging a subscriber a month. Who else do you know that has growth like this, man? Who else? Nobody, man. Nobody has that. Never. Man, nobody does that, man. Nobody does that. Joe Rogan making thousands of subscribers a day. No, you don't get one a month, bro. You wish you had our type of growth, man. We have that. You have that linear. We're a straight line. You're that exponential, man. I'm gonna have to bleep that because we, unfortunately, listen, unfortunately, we can't mention any names in this podcast. But I do agree. Shout out to she is the goat when it comes to mathematics. You know, uh, but you know, we want that linear growth. We don't want that exponential growth. We want linear only. We want linear only. Well, not yet. Yeah, obviously, not yet. Right now, we're chilling, man. We are booking. We got. Cheese. Okay. Yo, YouTube, can we have our 4 subscriber plaque, please? Where's our 4 subscriber plaque, man? What the fuck? We want the M&S logo instead of the YouTube play button. I think that's what we want, man. But yeah, I was gonna say I oh it's a but this is see I'd be so interested, man, to see if Connor never fucking landed that strike yet, didn't starch him in 13 seconds. How would the fight gone on, man? How would the fight have gone on? Mm. Uh-huh. Mm. Even those leg kicks. Sean, do you not remember Uriah Faber's leg? Who? I know, that's what I'm saying. I, I, I said this. I said this in my last fight, man. I mean, in our last podcast. Fucking featherweight cornrows, broke, hungry, prime, motivated notorious Conor McGregor. Yeah, this guy beats anyone. I don't care. But those leg kicks would have been such an interesting factor in that fight, man. But the thing is, Aldo was already defeated, man. Mentally defeated. He was too angry. Maybe do we continue the second fight with the same approach? Conor McGregor, uh, they had the full press conference. Do you think Conor McGregor pisses off Aldo again? Yeah. Well, prime Conor, dickhead Conor, definitely. Mm. Yeah. 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 You think? Mm. Oh, this is the second fight, actually. I forgot to say, this is Conor Aldo 2, by the way, guys. Do we say that this is for the featherweight GOAT title? You're still on about it, man. No, Max Holloway obviously is a fucking solid fighter, but he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT yet. Yeah, but Conor did what fucking Max didn't do and starched him in 13 seconds. Well, Conor, we all know Conor doesn't do rematches except for if he loses the first fight. Or the second one, actually, as well. Shout out. We'll talk about that in the next podcast, man. Don't worry about it. Shout out to the UFC, man. Shout out Khabib Nurmagomedov. But wait, Sean, wait. Did I hear someone say Khabib Nurmagomedov? Because that segues us on to the last fight, Sean. Possibly, this is going to haunt MMA fans for decades, millenniums. Yeah, millenniums. Okay? Fucking forever, essentially, until the end of time. The fight that got away from us. Okay? Man, stop. Listen, man. 5 times, yeah? April Fool's Day 2014, Tony fucking tripped over a cable and ruptured his ACL. Muscle off the bone. Bro, that KFC chicken knee, yeah? That guy got his knee fucked. This fight is the one that I think, this is the main event. Main event of the main card. This is the main event in the Sandyford facility, June 15th. Man, this fight, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson 6. Sean, tell me how you believe this fight goes.
So Khabib Nurmagomedov taking on Tony, would be such an intro. Would be like after that Justin Gaethje fight, you know, I want to say that.
But this prime Tony.
I know what you're saying, but prime Tony is the type of guy to go in an Imanari role. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
That's what you gotta love about it, though. Nobody's known it. Maybe it works.
That's what you love. That's what you love. Yeah, but that's not what works with Khabib.
How do you know? Nobody's ever Imanari role.
No one's ever, because it's such a stupid thing. This guy Khabib sprawls faster than anyone. Khabib's got the best wrestling, the best ground game, but the thing is, his jiu-jitsu maybe is not what Tony's is.
Well, you go.
So that's what. So what I think would be interesting is we would go at this fight. It would be round 1. Tony's whole game plan is to try and put Khabib on the back foot, get him backing up.
Yeah.
Because that'll have Khabib uneasy off his feet. His footwork is good, Khabib, don't get me wrong, but having him on the back foot, moving backwards constantly is what you want. If he can do that, he could possibly stop him. But what's gonna pull from Khabib is the shot. And Khabib shoots so fast, but Tony is so good, you know, at wrestling and jiu-jitsu. His groundwork is insane. So, you know, you can't help but feel that possibly he'd be able to block the takedown, or, you know, somewhere along those lines. It would be very interesting to see. That's that'd be my humble opinion, but my humblest opinions of all, I'm thinking Khabib would finish the fight. He would finish Tony Ferguson. He would make him pass out, because everyone knows about Khabib. not about Tony, is he does not tap out. He would pass out. You'd rather pass out than tap out. And
Well,
that's what would
Sean,
happen.
unfortunately, I think the same thing. To be honest with you, I think Khabib. Although I think this would be the first time he bleeds. Honestly, I think this would be the first time he bleeds. However, I think that Tony would. Oh man, thinking about Tony Khabib right now just makes me so sad. Honestly, it really does, because knowing that we'll never get it, like the right time. Do you know what I mean? Because we had it so close for so many years, and now it's just kind of gone. But uh, I see it kind of going the same way. Khabib definitely bleeds in this fight. This is the first time Khabib bleeds in a fight. I
In his
believe.
last fight as well. In his last fight.
You think this is gonna be his last? Oh yeah, fair enough. But this is prime Khabib, and we saw prime Khabib against Gaethje. Man, this guy decided midway through that he's not gonna do the fucking
Hey.
what?
Hold on, brother. Would you say that's prime Khabib? Because
Yes.
this Khabib, no. Yeah, I can see why you would think that.
Sean,
But at the
don't tell
same
me you're gonna
time,
say the bad boy Khabib is the fucking
no,
goat.
no. No,
Khabib
but the same. No, but you have to realize about this Khabib that fought Justin Gaethje is his foot was fucked.
Yeah, and well, we
And
take that
if
out
he,
the equation.
so
Then.
imagine he didn't have that fucked foot. He had a nice because he was also sick during that camp as well. He was sick.
Imagine
Had a fucked foot.
But
Imagine a full camp that'd be done in a round. First 10 seconds, he would Imanari roll. Then he would throw up Justin Gaethje and swallow him.
Sean, I just want to ask you one question. Do you think
Abdulmanat too.
that if Abdominat didn't die, he wouldn't have fought like that? Because obviously him dying definitely made him want to finish it, want him to just let this be his final fight, and it really it was a big mental thing for him. But do you think that if Abdominat didn't die, that it'd be he'd have the same mentality, he'd finish him the same way?
It's a weird thing to talk about because Abdulmanat's passing, while so sad, we will never know if his passing was either what pushed Khabib to be a little bit better, or if it held him back a little bit even.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe he could have been even better, which is weird to think.
Facts.
But ultimately with this fight, I see it being Khabib winning.
I do.
I think a finish as well.
The goat, lightweight goat, definitely gets it done. I don't care what you say, man.
100%. I agree.
And when I talk about lightweight goat, Sean, I'm talking about Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez smokes Tony. Khabib is out the equation. He's a fake goat, man. Tell me who else is close to overcoming 3 organizations, man. If Eddie gets this lightweight championship, it's over. But on a real, I think Khabib finishes. Although I would love to see it. I would love to see that fight. I do believe that it would be an interesting fight, and at least the fans will finally get to see Khabib versus Tony. Prime Khabib bleeding. Oh man, it'd be such a fucking fun fight to watch, man. Honest to God.
It's the fight we want to see. It's a fight that I really would love to watch. It would be the kind of fight. Milan, where we would come back. We would go to mine, get the munchie box. We would sit down. We would watch that fight. That's how it would go. Have a smoke down over the sea. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe have some amphetamine, man. Maybe some fucking I don't know, man.
Some methamphetamine.
Some crocodile,
man.
Some TRT. Man. A little bit of fucking heroin, man.
TRT, some human growth heroin.
Aye, listen, man. It's a nice one. It's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them, man.
100%. It sounds like a lovely evening.
I think
injecting ourselves with TRT,
Man, sometimes there's nights where you have to go juicy juice boy mode, and on this card especially, if you don't juice yourself up to the max, if you're not hitting the same day, an hour before, if you're not hitting your PR in every single exercise ever created, then you're not, you have to be juiced to watch this fight. That's all I have to say. Because you have to build a tolerance, because all the juice emitting from the screens, you'll die.
If you can't slam dunk from the 3-point line, then you're not doing it right.
Oi. Brother, this is ridiculous, my man.
But boys, on that note, I think that's where we end it off for today. And say thank you very much for listening, watching, subscribing.
It was a fucking... Obviously, pure M&S fashion. We did this last minute as well, you know. When we do stuff, we do it last minute. We don't plan it carefully.
You see, the problem is some of our stuff we can plan. Yeah. But it's just with this, we have school assignments and stuff.
Yeah.
Currently going with the leaving cert, so it's difficult to plan things and prepare for them. But
you're forgetting.
We do our best.
The M in the M&S is the most clutch human being alive. I am so clutch. It's not even funny, boys. So if you put this task in front of me, man, I get it done easy. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the extra 2. I enjoyed doing the extra 2 episodes, man. It honestly gave me something else to do during these 2 weeks off. We got some nice little conversations. Banged out the GOATS episode. Banged out the fantasy MMA card as well. We're gonna definitely have to expand our podcast, I guess, our themes. Perhaps, I don't know, talk about other sports or maybe even just life. You know, just 100%. Have a podcast during the summer, I think. We're definitely gonna try as well, because there are gonna be some fucking whopper cards. Yeah, Sansu fucking bangers happening soon. So we might do a live reaction of some fights where we will be
there's one live place. Reaction, brother. There's one fight we will be doing a live reaction for coming soon on the Holland versus Vittori card. And if you boys can't guess what that fight is, then you've not been watching long enough. So on that note, boys, thank you very much. This has been a fantastic podcast, even though it's broken up and there's going to be a lot of editing from Milan, which I apologize for.
It's easy. It's good stuff, man. Yes, grand.
But cheers, boys. Thank you very much for listening, watching, subscribing, viewing, paying us all this money we get for doing this. Yes, but cheers, boys. See you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.